Hello guys, Beastie here. You guys probably don't see me very good, but Beastie here with another video. And as you all know, hopefully, for you guys going to be tuning into this, you guys all know the NFL draft was yesterday from when I'm recording this. Thursday on, I don't even know what the date was. What was it, like April 25th, April 26th yesterday? That was on a Thursday. And it's a Friday now, and I'm going to say why initial reactions are to the NFL draft. My initial, first thing, I'm going to go with the Giants. As you see, I'm a Giants fan. I'm going to mainly talk about the Giants picks. First reaction was why Daniel Jones at 6. I wasn't going to quarterback at 6, just Daniel Jones. My favorite quarterback out of this draft was Dwayne Haskins. And he was there at 6. He wouldn't have been there at 17. Daniel Jones, I think, would have been there at 17. So I wish the Giants did. I still wish the Giants did. I still wish they went. I'm not against them drafting Daniel Jones. I just would have waited to 17 to draft him. I would have drafted Josh Allen because Josh Allen went 7 to the Jaguars. I would have drafted Josh Allen at 6 and then grabbed Daniel Jones at 17 because both players would have been there. I think we would have had a better draft. But we drafted Daniel Jones at 6 and 17 was Dexter Lawrence. And then we traded back into the first round and grabbed DeAndre Baker. Now, here's my reaction now. I'm just saying, the DeAndre Baker I was okay with yesterday. But Dexter Lawrence, I was iffy. Like, I don't even think he's the best defensive tackle available. And Daniel Jones, I was like, we could have grabbed Dwayne Haskins, who threw 50 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, only like 7 or 8 interceptions all year last year, and he played better competition. So I don't know why we didn't go Dwayne Haskins, but my reaction now is I don't think this draft is as bad as my initial reaction thought. At least I'm hoping. Daniel Jones is going to be Eli Manning. The thing is, I think Dwayne Haskins has the potential to be a phenomenal, great quarterback in this league. I think Daniel Jones will only get to a mediocre, good quarterback because he's Eli Manning quarterback. That's why I'm drafting. Eli Manning, even when he went to the Super Bowl, he was never a top notch. He was good. He wasn't top notch or nothing. He was always a mediocre quarterback, a good at best. So just the same thing here with, I think, Daniel Jones. I think he's getting good. He can lead us to a Super Bowl or two. I don't think he's ever going to reach that next level like Dwayne Haskins or Kyler Murray can. Now, Dexter Lawrence. I'm starting to grow on him. I mean, the Jets drafted him, so I'm not going to diss Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence was a good player. So I'm not against them drafting. I don't think he was the best defensive tackle available. I think Jerry Tillery or Tillery or something like that. I think he was a better tackle. But pretty much it was him and Dexter Lawrence were the next two best D tackles. So I'm not totally against this Dexter Lawrence pick. It was like, when I first heard it, I was expecting like a Montez Sweat or something. So I wasn't expecting Dexter Lawrence, so I had a more negative reaction when I first saw it. But I'm all for this Dexter Lawrence pick. He had a lot of great size, and I was watching some things. He's good at stopping the run. He might not be the best pass rusher, but he's good at stopping the run in the interior. So I am ready for Dexter Lawrence, and then DeAndre Baker. I was happy with the pick. There are better corners. Greedy Williams and Byron Murphy, and maybe even Rocky Sin. They are better corners. But they're better at making a play on the ball. I think DeAndre Baker, I believe, I could be wrong. I haven't looked much into DeAndre Baker. I haven't looked into the corners. But Greedy Williams, Byron Murphy are more go in the play, grab the interception, and deflect the ball. DeAndre Baker's more of the corner that will go blow you up as soon as you catch it. He's going to hit you hard, and it's going to make you not want to catch the ball. That's the vibe I get from DeAndre Baker from Georgia. So I'm happy with that pick, and I honestly, that's what I want the Giants to have. I want the Giants to go get hard-hitting players. I want the Giants to be phenomenal. I'll allow DeAndre Baker to allow like an 8-yard catch if he blows that receiver up, and that receiver's going to think about catching the ball the next time. So DeAndre Baker, I was happy with that. The thing was, I don't know if we had to trade up to get him. I don't know if we had to give away our 4th and our 5th round pick to get him. Obviously, trading up, we were going to give away our 2nd round pick. There's no way, unless we trade like a next year first, there was no way we were going to trade in there without giving up our 2nd round pick. Giants could still trade up and grab a 2nd round pick. You don't know what's going to happen in the draft. I thought the only way the Giants were going to come back in and draft and trade in around one if there was going to be a quarterback. So I had no idea. I was confused when the Giants went in and grabbed that pick at pick 30. But anyway, though, like I said, good pick from the Giants. So now with the Giants draft, how I'm sitting at, it's not the best draft. Last year's draft, for the first two picks, Saquon Barkley and Will Hernandez, got me hyped up for the season. This draft isn't getting me necessarily. I knew those two picks were going to be amazing. And I knew Saquon was going to be a superstar, so I was extremely satisfied with that pick. With these three players, they all have potential. I say the one who has the least potential is one we grabbed at 6, I think, Daniel Jones. But they're more of a bust potential than last year. Will Hernandez, he was going to go in there and do his thing. Saquon Barkley was almost certain to be a superstar as soon as he entered the league, and he was. So I was confident in those picks. These picks I'm not as confident in, but I'm still hyped up. I think Dexter Lawrence, DeAndre Baker, and even Daniel Jones can go out there and play to the next level, and they could play up there successfully. And like I said, I'm just worried that Daniel Jones. I feel like Dwayne Haskins has like unlimited potential. I think Daniel Jones is limited, but as long as he can step in and he can be better than Eli Manning, and he can be a good quarterback, he's going to be all we need. And if he's a successful franchise quarterback, that was not a waste of a pick. That was a very good pick by Dave Gettleman if he turns out to be a franchise quarterback. And so, like I said, I'm not going to diss on any of the Giants' picks because I think they can all be successful and they're my team, so I'm not going to really hurt them. But yesterday when I was watching the draft, my initial reaction was like, Giants, what are you doing? What are you doing, Giants? Honestly, my initial reaction, well, I am very excited for DeAndre Baker, Dexter Lawrence, and Daniel Jones, and maybe we can trade up or the third round. Another way how I'm looking at this, Jabril Peppers and Dexter Lawrence, I do not think are worth Odell Beckham. That's another part. We got Dexter Lawrence from we got that pick from the Odell Beckham trade with Cleveland Browns. Dexter Lawrence, no offense, Dexter Lawrence and Jabril Peppers, you guys aren't worth Odell Beckham. You guys are good players. You guys do not replace Odell Beckham Jr. though on the New York Giants. So that's another thing where, man, is like, is Dexter Lawrence really worth part of the Odell Beckham trade? Obviously, the Giants organization thinks so. So I have faith in that organization right now, and I have complete hope, and I am pumped to see how Dexter Lawrence does as a New York Giant. That's my initial reaction. My reaction the day after I sleep and thought it over on the New York Giants picks. Now, my big reaction here, I'm probably going to do this in multiple parts because there's so much to talk about, but my phone only has such limited storage. Did teams know Jawaan Taylor was still on the board? Like, holy crud nuggets. We got, like, Titus Howard and another guy. Two guys I never even heard of. And Jawaan Taylor was still on the board. Maybe they saw something. Maybe the Texans and, I think it was the Falcons that grabbed another tackle. And they traded up for 31. Did they know Jawaan Taylor was still on board? Like, come on. Did they like something that much more than the other guys where they thought to not select Jawaan Taylor? He was the best tackle prospect coming into the draft. The only one that was even giving him a big fight was Jonah Williams and Andre Dillard. But he was ranked the best tackle in this year's draft. And all these teams towards the end were like, he's still on the board. No, we're not taking him. No, we're not taking him. I can see the Jonah Williams, the Bengals. I can see the Andre Dillard. I forgot what team he went to be 100% honest with you guys. I can't remember right now. I'm going to relook at the draft. The draft's still fresh. But Andre Dillard was taken. And you don't think to grab Jawaan Taylor, especially if you're a Texan or a Falcon? I was almost sure the Texans were going to grab Jawaan Taylor. Because it was pick 23. I'm pretty sure the Eagles traded up to grab Andre Dillard. Yeah, he's on the Eagles, Andre Dillard. And I thought for sure the Texans were grabbing Jawaan Taylor. I was on the phone with two friends too. We all thought they were going to grab Jawaan Taylor. And they went at Titus Howard. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, Texans? And I'm still going to say that. I'm more negative towards other players. Like, good job for Titus Howard. Good job for the other guy. I can't even remember your name. That was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons after trading for the 31st overall pick. But Jawaan Taylor was on the board. There's nothing even supposedly wrong with him. And that's all I'm really going to talk about in this video. Because like I said, my phone has limited storage. But come on. Giants, I'm okay. I'm satisfied with their draft. The Giants did not have a god-awful draft. Giants had a decent draft. It's not over the top, I don't think, but it's not a bad draft. And do teams know Jawaan Taylor was on the board? Honestly, I thought when the Giants traded up, I was happy with grabbing DeAndre Baker when we drafted him. But when I saw the Giants trade at 30, I thought that we were for sure grabbing Jawaan Taylor. We needed an offensive lineman, and he was still on the board. So I was like, the Giants are going to grab him. And we grabbed DeAndre Baker. Maybe they got vibe. That's who the Rams was taking. And because that's when teams trade up. If you saw the Bengals will most likely grab Devin Bush, and the Steelers wanted him at 20. That's why the Steelers traded up to 10 with the Broncos, so they can make sure that they have him at their division rival. So that's when you trade up. When you feel like some other team's going to grab the player you want. Because obviously when you trade up, Bills wanted to trade up for Ed Oliver, and luckily Ed Oliver fell to 9 for him. But that's my first view that you guys are going to see on the NFL draft. I am going to make a lot more videos on the NFL draft, and there's even going to be more coming up tonight. But next video, the things I'm probably going to talk about, I'm going to talk about the Raiders, because the Raiders also had 3 first-round picks. They had 3 first-round picks coming into the draft. And I'm also going to talk about the Bills, Kyler Murray, and there was another thing I wanted to talk about too. The Raiders, Kyler Murray, Buffalo, and the Redskins most likely. The Redskins had a solid first part of the draft too. So I'm going to talk about all that in another video. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.